The black welcome mat kept landing beside our bike shop air pump, not at the glass door, and the cat had one white paw hooked under the corner. I put it back before opening because I still had to check the pump base, and she walked straight to that same raised edge again, without hesitation. She gave one short tug, not a full drag. Just enough to angle that corner toward the same silver bolt beside the wall, not elsewhere nearby. I thought she was making my morning setup harder, with my tool beside the pump, the glass door bare, and customers due before the shop opened. The first odd detail was a tiny blue corner under the base, near one bolt, but I only saw a dirty mat edge and morning dust. So I reset everything more slowly, stepped back, and watched her choose the same front corner, without touching anything else on the sidewalk with me watching. The mat ended beside that pump bolt again, the doorway empty behind it, and the cat sitting there like the landing spot mattered more than the mat. I moved it back one more time, and the question changed again. Why did that exact corner keep returning to that exact bolt after every reset in a row? I tested the obvious answer by placing the mat near the pump myself, like she only wanted a softer spot beside the metal base there outside. She ignored the near match until I slid the corner back toward the old line. And that bothered me more than the mess itself again. I flipped the mat over, brushed the underside, and found nothing wrong with the rubber, nothing sticky or caught there at all underneath that same corner. So I stopped picking it up and crouched beside the pump, following the mat corner to the bolt, instead of blaming the cat again for the doorway problem. When I placed the mat perfectly at the door, she left it alone and sat by the pump, breaking my whole doorway theory right there in front of me. Now the mat was not the problem. The landing spot was, and the blue edge stayed in that same line under the base shadow in view. I kept my hand near it, but I did not pull yet. She simply stepped back and let me look at the metal edge longer. The closer I checked, the more careful I got, because moving the mat too soon would erase the only clean line I had from the mat corner itself. Then the pet ride board behind me caught my eye, with the same shade of blue above one empty clip on its lower row outside the shop. I almost checked under the doorway again, but the cat stayed by the pump, and my hand returned to the same bolt instead, near her again. The old clue reread itself. The black mat corner, the pump bolt, and that blue edge had lined up every single time I reset it that morning at the shop. I pinched the blue corner and carefully slid out a pet ride waiver tucked flat under the air pump base beside the bolt at the shop wall outside. I clipped it back on the board, checked the clear pump base, and carried the mat toward the glass door again, slower now, watching once more. When the mat stayed centered, and she left it alone. I understood the morning. She had moved the entry mat only until the missing waiver was back in place.